Here's Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Welcome to the Race by Race preview. Paul Lally here with all of the selections, and we race on the C+3 circuit. The first gets underway at 10 minutes past 7. The first is a Class 4 with Mighty Steed and Escape Route both on the class drop. Greenwich, Drala and Enshine all go up in trip. Hail to the Victors on debut has had 3 trials. We've got Flying Silver, who's won all his races over 1800, and Dragon Delight, a last start winner in Class 5. Makes his way up in grade with 117 pounds on his back, and he also makes his way to the front again, Paul.
Yeah, look, he led all away last time, so I think he'll go forward. Greenwich likes to go forward as well. And Shine, now there's a little query on him because he's up in trip. His only start was over 1200, but he was on the pace over the 1200, so he should be right there from a low draw. Mighty Steed, Drala, Flying Silver, Can't Go Wong, Super Hong Kong, back to Confringo, and Escape Route. He's fresh up. I think he'll go back on his seasonal debut.
Straight to Nick with David Hayes, their likely leader, Dragon Delight.
David, Dragon Delight lines up for you and your stable in the first race, comes into the contest in good order, having won at a slightly lower level last time. He's in very good form.
Yeah, look, he's, apart from his win, his lead-ups to the win were very good too. So he's in a rich vein of form. And look, hopefully off the lighter weight and a bit of relief at his favourite track, he can step up to Class 4.
I can say I know he did win in a Class 5 last time, so obviously he does have to sort of take a step forward. But I mean, it's not an overly deep race. It looks open, so I guess you found what could be a nice opportunity for him to get that win in Class 4. Yeah,
look, he's very fit. He likes the track, and look, before he dropped to Class 5, he was placed a couple of times in 3, so he should be able to handle 4.
Yeah, I went back and look at his form. I mean, last season or the season before, I mean, he was placing off 58, 59. I mean, he's running on 42, and you've got Karras on as well, lightweight, so that's always a plus with a strong jockey.
Yes, he goes from with the apprentice who did a good job, won on him, to Karras, who gets it right more than wrong.
Just reflecting on the meeting just gone, I know it was a bit of a frustrating one for you, but I've never known a trainer win the trainer challenge with no winners. You did so. I mean, it was 5 seconds. They've run well, but they've just missed.
Yeah, well, look, a couple of them I thought I won too. Yeah. So, look, 5 seconds, but the big tip out of the Hayes yard for the weekend was me in the trainer challenge, so it was a relief to get it.
There is a David Hayes on Dragon Delight, Paul. We move on to a regular Wednesday night runner, Can't Go Wong. He ends up running 3rd here, but what we don't see in the replay is he made a bit of a mess of the start.
Yeah, that was the key, wasn't he? He missed the start, and as such, he was on the back foot the whole way. Look, he made some really good ground on the straight. We've seen him do it before, though. He is only a one-time winner from his 26 starts, but it looks like he can get that second win pretty close. He's been placed off a higher rating of 51 before. With a bit of luck, I think he can be right in the finish.
That is Can't Go Wong. And finally, the class dropper, Mighty Steed, who was a bit closer to the pace last time at Happy Valley. It was his first look at the track. At Chartini was making ground from further back in the field. Yeah,
he was. Now, with barrier number 6, I think he's going to, again, be a little bit closer as well. He's got a change of jockey. Zach Purton will jump aboard Mighty Steed. And coming down to Class 4 for the first time, he looks one of the main chances. So, look, he's sure to run well.
Zach with a strong book, and he'll ride the first one for Francis Loy. So that's a breakdown of the opening race. What are your 4 numbers?
Going to go with the 7, Can't Go Wong on top, see if he can get that second win. Had no luck at his last start. Mighty Steed. I'm going to put in Shine in because he's by Churchill, and he was in the market when he was on his debut at 1200. 1650 looks a lot more suitable for him. And then Dragon Delight hasn't won in this grade, but has been placed 7, 1, 5, 11.
Paul with Frankie Law to kick the night off with a win on Wednesday night at the Valley. And race number 2 is a Class 5 race, and it's over the 1650 metres. We've got Casapapa, who was narrowly beaten last time, but is still a maiden. Superwise Dragon, second time Class 5. Charmander, last start winner, goes up £7 for it. We've got Many Thanks Forever having his first start beyond 1400. Better draw for Merchant Prince. Medical leads back to the Valley, and Right Honourable is a 6-time course and distance winner. Who goes where, Paul?
Well, yeah, boy, he led last time. The concentration likes to go forward. He's got Luke Ferraris aboard, and he's pretty positive, Luke. Red Maverick might just find it a bit tough. He's been going forward in his recent races. Thought Merchant Prince, he should get a nice run there as well. up to the 1650 for him. Many Thanks Forever, another one up in trip, should get a nice run in behind, winning 7 medically. Back to running ahead. Charmander runs his best races from the back, as does Right Honourable.
Here is a Right Honourable in our first replay. Runs second here behind Casa Papa, who just can't get that elusive win. Is there one more still for Right Honourable, though, the 10-year-old?
Look, I'm going to include him. I'm not sure if there is, but look, I mean, he's got to retire in 1st of January. Barrier number 12, he's a 10-year-old now. Last win was off 38. You know, he's way down in the ratings to 28, and he's been running some pretty good races. It's just age is catching up to him, but I am going to include him in the numbers because he's running very well at the moment. He's a well-rated horse. And that is Dragon Delight winning that race. Of course, he goes around in Class 4 the first. Charmander in good form, but 1650 is a struggle. His best form is 1400 metres at Sha Tin, as we see here. He's in this replay with Superwise Dragon. Many Thanks Forever, winning 7, and Medical 8 back to his favourite house. Yeah, look, I quite like Superwise Dragon, and this coming to Happy Valley. This will be his second start into Class 5. I thought Many Thanks Forever was improver as well. You can see him on the inside there of Superwise Dragon. Up to the 1650 looks ideal for him as well. I think it was just a really good ride from Zach that got this horse in. He rode Charmander, Zach, that day. He'll be looking to do something similar on Superwise Dragon. Yeah, so we'll put him on top, Superwise Dragon, from a low draw. Second start in Class 5. Many Thanks Forever up to this trip. Right Honourable, and winning 7 was running on a little bit there as well, and he's drawn ideally in Barrier 1. 2, 6, 10, 8. Superwise Dragon wins his first race at his second look at Happy Valley from Paul in the selections for race 2. Third race, a trophy race, the Chinese General Chamber of Commerce Cup, and it's over 1,200 metres. We've got High Percentage, who's placed 2 from 2 second up. Natural High's won a trial since his last start. On debut, Circuit Duffy 4 trials, Fatal Blow 3 trials. Top scorer, second look at Happy Valley. Team Happy comes back in distance. Crystal Powerful resumes on the back of 3 trials. And I Victorium down the bottom. Cops a wide draw for Antoine Hamlin. Top scorer, the leader here, Paul, and he draws gate 11. Yes, I think he's just going to go and push on and try for the lead. Top scorer, Karis Teaton aboard. The alternative leader there is Circuit Duffy. He's gone forward in his trials. Fatal Blow, another first starter, likes to go forward, as does High Percentage. Team Happy, he can get a nice run just in behind. World Hero, Natural High, back to I Victorium from his wide draw. 2 first starters. Our focus, though, is the Frankie Law-trained Circuit Duffy. Here's Frankie with Nick.
Frankie, you introduced an interesting-looking newcomer on Wednesday night in race 3, Circuit Duffy, a son of El Rocker. What more can you tell us about him than what we know? I mean, I know he's trialled around Happy Valley and he's looked good.
Yes, this horse, he already have 4 trials, 2 in Chongfai, 2 in Hong Kong. So I already sent him to try in Happy Valley. He looks okay, looks good. And after that Happy Valley trial, I trial him 1 more. At that day, because I said he need to go to Australia, so I asked Angus to trial for me. I still trial good, yeah.
He's a 4-year-old, Frankie. Has he just taken a bit of time to come to hand? I mean, obviously debuting at the age of 4. Have you had him that long?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, I don't want to push the horse too hard, step by step. If the horse trial good and then they ready, I will send him to the race, yeah.
And I guess on the back of that impressive Happy Valley trial, this was potentially the place he was always going to debut?
Yes, but you know, usually trial is a trial. It's not that fast, but he can show some speed, so I'm happy, yeah.
You're teaming up with Zach Purton again. We saw that to good effect on the weekend. Horsepower was very good. Many congratulations there. Nice to get a winner for Michael and Vanessa Lee, I'm sure, and he looks a really nice horse.
Yeah, he looks a nice horse, and I think he need to learn more. He need to learn more, relax, and should be better. You know, in the morning he's quite strong, not easy to handle. Yeah.
Just on both of these horses, Horsepower and Circuit Duffy, are they sort of? Can you compare the 2 of them in any way? Are they different horses, or how do they compare?
Oh, different horse. That Horsepower, as I say, is too strong in the morning, and then the others are quite relaxed. You know, horses usually relaxed should be better for the jockeys. Yeah.
There's Frankie on his first starter in Circuit Duffy. We go to California deeply, Paul. Now, he's been racing at Sha Tin. He finishes 8th here. He's a 2-time winner at Happy Valley over 1,000 metres. if he's ever going to do anything over 1200 in a Class 4, is this the race where he can?
Could well do. I mean, that win, his last one was off 69. He's now down to a 56 rating, so he's so well rated, this horse. I've included him, but he just finds it trouble to win one at the moment. So I thought he was a bit hard to have on top, but I wanted to include him because he's such a well-rated horse.
Brenton Avdallah takes the ride. He has placed over the 1200 metres at the Valley. You're going to make a case for this horse, though. It's World Hero. David Hayes, his team raced very close without winning success on the weekend. World Hero's only had the 3 starts. This the last of them, the only time he's been to the Valley.
And I thought it was a good run. He's only had the blinkers on for the last couple of starts, and you can see him there in those pink colours. He wasn't far away. Aurora Lady was off and gone in this race, but I thought he boxed on really nicely here. Should be a decent price, finishing that bunch field just in behind them. So I think he's an improving type.
That's a good report for him. We've seen the first starter in our opening interview in Circuit Duffy. The second one is Fatal Blow, who's had the 3 trials. This is 2 trials back at Happy Valley. Has he done enough to grab your attention?
Yeah, I'm going to include him as well because, again, I'm saying it's not an overly strong race of these horses that have raced in the past. You can see him with that big white face, the big baldy face down the outside. Mark Newnham is the trainer with Luke Ferraris aboard. So I think he'd be right on the pace. And I thought he trialled nicely, hit the line quite well. So, yeah, I wanted to include him as well.
You certainly won't miss him in the run, that is for sure. But World Hero at some value for you.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with him. Hopefully we get a decent price. I'm sure we will get a decent price for him in an open race. Circuit Duffy in there for second, Fatal Blow. So the 2 first starters, second and third, and then California Deeply for fourth. 10, 5, 6 and 3.
And that is race number 3. It's the preview for the first leg of Wednesday night's 6 Up. And the Class 5 horses come back out for race number 4, and they run over the flying 1,000 metres with Omakase on the class drop, wearing a hood and pacifiers for the first time. Speedy Fortune has placed second up. Ace Talent had mucus last time, thus finished down the track. Hero Warrior, the hood pacifiers with cowls off, blinkers go on. We've got Diamond Saws with a wider draw, and Plentiful with the hood off and the tongue tie going on for the first time, but he also has plenty of early pace, Paul.
Yeah, he hasn't shown that stamina, that's his problem. But look, he'll be leading, I think. Speedy Fortune get a nice one in behind. E-Glory, likewise, he's been racing consistently. Diamond Saws likes to go forward. Parents Love tucked in last time. I think he'll try and do something similar here. Ace Talent, likewise. And Double Show, he came from the back when winning last start.
Here is Strongest Boy. This is his last start. It was over 1,000 metres, actually Double Show Strongest Boys in race number 5. But back to race number 4, and there's arrows everywhere here, Paul. Who are you picking and who are you potting?
Well, I've got 3 of them, actually. I've got Speedy Fortune, Parents Love and Ace Talent in the numbers here. I thought all 3 of them ran pretty well. It's just hard to have Plentiful at the moment because he just can't manage to hang on. You can see him swamped really late here. But Speedy Fortune from an inside draw, I think he can win this race. Double Show won the race, but he did have all the favours because it went quite quick.
They did, so that was the first replay. Second one is E-Glory, who ran second at his last start. This too was at Happy Valley. Behind Woodfire Champ, draws barrier number 6. He was drawn well in gate 2 and thus able to follow the leader this day.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in the right position once again here as well. He's only had, his last couple of starts here have been a 4th and a 2nd. And this second here at Happy Valley was only his 2nd time here before. So he's a very consistent horse now. He's found a bit of form and he's in the right grade. So I think he'll get his opportunity.
Comes back in trip from the 1,200 metres. Now, this is a trial from Dan Attack. Had an apprentice on, so wouldn't have carried much weight, but absolutely bolts in here. Beating stablemate Happy United. Back to 1,000 metres for the first time over the distance at the Valley. He has raced over 1,000 at Sha Tin.
Yeah, he has. So, look, it was a nice trial from him here on the all-weather. Blinkers on for the first time. Hugh Bowman aboard from barrier number 7, won the trial well. So the blinkers might have sparked this horse up. And, look, he's trialled really well in the past. He's only the one-time winner, though, from his 14 starts. So another one that was on the cusp for me.
All right, he's just going to miss out on the back of that trial, Dan Attack. But who is going in?
Yeah, with E-Glory, I think he's in the right grade at the moment, and he'll get his opportunity here. Parents Love, another one he's just beaten a couple of starts ago, and he's found some consistency in Class 5. Ace Talent was one of 43. He's down to this 37 rating, so he's more than capable. And Speedy Fortune went really well for the new stable on his seasonal debut, 8263.
That is race number 4. All preview the first leg of Wednesday night's Triple Trio. Now, race number 5 now. In this race, there is a horse that comes in for a scratching. It's the 10 horse. Super Baby is out. Highland Rahi comes in. But Enjoy Golf goes from 14 to 16.50. Harmony Galaxy raced wide last time. Phantom Cyclone, visor off, cheek pieces on. Turin Warrior, no blinkers. USS Constitution, no pacifiers. Bastard Tornado, pacifiers with cowls off. And the blinkers go back on. There is Highland Rahi now in the field. Lyle Hewitson rides him for Francis Loy. This race, Paul, has Highland Rahi leading with Super Baby coming out. Does it open things up a bit? Yeah,
it does a little bit. But Highland Rahi likes to lead or go forward. He might be joined by Ninja Derby. He's the other one that could lead. And Master Tornado might eventually work across as well, but he's drawn wide. So I just put him there because it can show he might have to work. Enjoy Golf will get a nice run. USS Constitution, Strongest Boy, 6th Generation, back to Capital Legend, who's backing up from Sunday.
He certainly is Capital Ledge. And we start, though, with Strongest Boy, Paul, running third over the 16.50. He doesn't win out of turn, just one win from 24 starts. Draws barrier number 2. He's not going to get too many better chances than this.
No, I'm going to put him in on a place line, but not on a win line. He's hard to have on a win line because, as you say, he just doesn't seem to win. But he's been placed 10 times from these 24 starts. So, like, he knows how to place, he just doesn't know how to win this horse, just the one-time winner.
That's Super Unicorn winning, and Charity Gain, who won on the weekend, beating him home there. 6th Generation, he comes back to the 16.50. This is his go, 3-time course and distance winner. Andrea Atzani in a good draw from barrier 1.
Yeah, this looks the race for him, actually. His last win was off 68. He's down to a 54 rating. So he's 14 rating points below. He's drawn barrier number 1 as well. He's at his perfect distance, and he did run on nicely here at Sha Tin last start. So I think this is the right race for him.
He gets his opportunity. That's View of the World winning this race. He's trialled well since and is in the nominations for Sunday at Sha Tin. So 6th Generation, though, in the red colours. Paul is going to have him in for sure. Ninja Derby, only one run back up into Class 4. He won 2 in a row in Class 5. Ends up running 4th here. Can you make a case for him at all?
Well, look, he definitely had his opportunity here. There's no question whatsoever. I just think he's a better downgraded horse down into the Class 5. Look, you could put him in on a place line. He was sort of a cusp horse for me, but didn't quite make it in the end.
All right, that is a Ninja Derby. He has had a trial. He was beaten a fair way, got held up in some traffic in that trial too. One more to have a look at. It's the horse that's come into the race to replace Super Baby. Highland Rahi, who, funnily enough, turning for home, is outside of the horse he takes over from in the field, Super Baby.
Yeah, that's why I thought he might lead, because he does go forward. So on the C+3 course, he'll get his opportunity for sure, Highland Rahi. Look, I'll include him on a minor line because he's run some pretty good races, and he looks like he's a horse that can win in the short term, but just a minor line for him.
All right, minor place for Highland Rahi. Yes, Sure Joyful goes on to win in that replay. What are your first 4 for race number 5?
Going to go with the 5 here on top, and that's 6th Generation, the well-rated horse. Enjoy Golf should get the perfect run just in behind. He's slightly higher than his winning rating. Strongest Boy in Highland Rahi. So 5, 1, 8, 10.
That is race number 5, Paul, with Andrea Atzani and Jamie Richards to take the 5th on the program. Race number 6 now. Preview time for this one. It is over the 1,200 metres and a Class 4 Heyday. Wide draw, barrier number 10. Happy Souls, a 2-time course and distance winner. Triumphant Moore was on debut on the back of 4 trials. Glory Cloud draws a gate. Lucky Man has the hood going on. Ragnar, crossover noseband off. Blinkers first time. And Party Warriors now with Chris So, and the blinkers have been removed from Party Warrior. Heyday, Paul, even from the 10, you think we'll get over?
Yeah, look, he likes to go forward. I thought Loving Vibes will come across with him from barrier number 12. He went forward at Sha Tin. It's having his Happy Valley debut. The first starter, Triumphant Moore, showing pace in his trials. Happy Soul, Happy Day won't be too far away. Party Warrior, Golden Rise. Talent Supremo's got a bad draw. It's going to be a bit ugly for him, I think.
Which leads into our first replay. He's in this replay, Paul, Talent Supremo. He's not normally too far away, certainly around Happy Valley, but that's not pretty watching that speed map.
No, he didn't look too good there from his wide draw. There's plenty of pace underneath him. He's drawn 11, unfortunately, for him. He's been running some pretty good races as well, but it was hard for me to put him from that barrier draw. I just couldn't get him anywhere near close to the rail, so I'm going to leave him out for that reason.
Barrier draw, the concern with Talent Supremo. What about these three in the second replay, which is the likely leader in Heyday? He's in front here, but fades. Glory Be fifth, and Happy Soul ends up running eighth, but he did have to race wide from his draw, Happy Soul.
Yeah, so look, he's drawn a lot better in barrier number 2, so he should get a better run. Look, I'm going to put Glory Be in. He's run second off a 48 rating in the past, and he's rated 46 at the moment. I thought it wasn't a bad run for him. He didn't have much room there on the inside, but finished off really nicely there in that blanket finish.
On to the first starter, which is a Triumphant More. Now, this is 2 trials back where he did have a sighter around Happy Valley. He's had 4 in total. He has since run second behind Bright Day in a trial and showed a bit of pace in these lead-up events before race day.
Yeah, look, he has. He's showing pace in most of his trials there. I think he's going to be in the right position from barrier number 5. We saw Frankie Law, first starter, win really nicely on the weekend in horsepower. And look, I think Frankie's got a nice one here as well, so I think he'll get his opportunity. And
one more to have a look at, Paul. We've got Heyday horse number 2, but the one above him is Happy Day, who runs 5th in a trial at Sha Tin, and his last little bit looked pretty slick.
Yeah, look, he finished off really quite nicely here. He's won off a 58 rating. He's rated 58 at the moment, so he's actually at that winning rating. He hit the line nice enough, and he's drawn ideally in barrier 1. So, look, I definitely wanted to include him.
That's a good report for Happy Day, who's making ground behind Gallant Epoch. He runs on the weekend. Romantic Sun is 3rd, and he ran 2nd last weekend in a narrow photo. So that's a lead into the selections for race number 6.
Yeah, so he goes in on a minor line, but I'm going to go with the first starter here, which is Triumphant More. I think he's going to get the perfect run just in behind. Glory Be didn't get much luck from from sort of in the straight, didn't have much room. I'm going to give Loving Vibes a chance. I did like him last time at a big price. He's drawn 12, but I think he'll go forward from that draw. And this is his first start, Happy Valley. Has trialled well recently. And then Happy Day, the one we just saw. 5, 9, 7 and 1.
That is race number 6. It is the first leg of the late treble. Good race. Race number 7, the first of the Class 3s, and it's over 16.50. Helene Warrior, last start winner, carries an extra £7. Semacan's a 3-time course and distance winner. Iken's a last start winner, carries an extra £5 for it. Daring Pursuit resumes on the back of a Happy Valley win in June, and Super Unicorn, he's a winner last time in Class 4, makes his way into this grade for the first time. Friend Tank crosses Soleil Fighter Ball.
Yeah, look, they sort of had a speed battle last time and it didn't really work out well for either one. So I think they won't do that this time. Semacan, he should get a nice run. Jolly Ruler might just have to work to get outside the leader. Super Unicorn, the likely short price favourite, should get a nice run. Iken, last start winner, won't be too far away. Now, Helene Warrior was the query because he's drawn barrier number 9. I just wonder if they'll be a little bit more patient from him. He did lead at his last start, but we know there's a few leaders in this race.
And the man that's going to steer Helene Warrior is with Nick. It's Hugh Bowman.
Hugh, Helene Warrior is your ride coming up in race 7 on Wednesday night. Only a young horse still, but talk me through that run and win last time, because it was full of merit, really.
There was a lot of merit in it. He came out of the barriers with a great deal of purpose and rolled up to the pointy end of the field. I had difficulty getting him to relax actually for the first half of the race, which I think adds merit to his performance. You know, he did settle from, into a rhythm from about the 700 or 600 metre mark, but we'd already covered a bit of ground by then. So to give a kick off that, I thought fresh was an excellent. Had a lot of merit in it. But I've done a bit of work with the horse since, and he seems to have relaxed a bit within himself. He's not so energetic, and I think that sort of is a good sign, to be honest. He's a very competitive young horse. He's not a big horse, but he's got a good action and he's got an excellent will to win, which we saw last start. So I'd like to think he might just be a bit more settled within himself this time and subsequently might perform better.
Do you put that down to sort of immaturity? I mean, he's a 3-year-old colt still, and I guess with time, like anything, like a human, I suppose, they sort of mellow out and chill out a bit. Has that just been the case with him?
I'm not sure. I mean, different horses behave differently with different trainers, and you know, what I've noticed with Danny Shum's horses, when they are fresh and well, they're really fresh and well, and as they develop into a prep, they smooth out and get more settled. And you know, I think this horse has turned the corner quicker than most, actually, but he's quite a sensible horse. And you know, I just went down the back straight here at Chartin earlier in the week on him, and yeah, I'm really satisfied that he's going the right way about things from a mental point of view, and from a physical point of view, he's shown what he's capable of.
Form looks pretty good on paper here. Ican was third. He's come out and won. In fact, he runs in this race as well. But the angle I sort of wanted to ask you about was sort of the pace angle. Now, we saw him lead, obviously, last time. Fran Tank's in the race. I mean, does that maybe complicate things a little bit for your fella?
Not really, unless he comes out and behaves like he did last time. But he would have easily taken a sit first up if the pace allowed that to happen. So with Frantak in the race, you know, he's an obvious fast-running horse. You know, I actually think that might suit us, to be honest with you. So he's certainly not one-dimensional. He doesn't have to go at those quick sectionals that we saw him do last start. So we'll have to wait and see, I suppose, like every other horse race. But I wouldn't be too worried.
And there is you talking about Helene Warrior. We move on, Paul, to a very impressive last start winner in Super Unicorn, up in grade lightweight, and cops a good draw.
Yeah, like he's going to be tough to beat. There's no question about it, but he's going to be very, very short. This will be harder. He'll know he's been in the races here when he comes up against these Class 3 horses, but look, he did everything he had to do in this race, and a perfect ride here, and he won most impressively, but he's been punished for that, and now he's up into Class 3.
He is, and the horse he beats there was a winner in Class 4 on Sunday. There's been little wrong with the form of Ican recently. Some big runs from tough draws and a much-deserved win last time, but he really had to earn it.
He did. Look, he had the pull in the weights with the second horse, who was 16 pounds worse off. But Star Contact's come out and run well since this race as well. Look, I thought he's a fighter, this horse. He really tries hard all the time. He's drawn nicely in barrier 3. He'll get his opportunity. And look, at the race, I think he's going to be a better bet than the hot favourite. So I don't mind him.
Ican, a good report for Paul. What about Daring Pursuit first up? He can't have done any more at Happy Valley. He's only been there once. He won that. He's had 2 trials, but does take on some pretty rock-hard race-fit horses here. Yeah,
the problem I thought with him was just barrier 8. He might just have to go to the back. But look, we know he likes it at Happy Valley. He has won fresh up in the past. So it was on a good to yielding track when he did win at Happy Valley. So there was a bit of rain around, but he has won on a good track over the 1200 as well. So I think he's a very versatile horse. Look, he didn't quite make it in, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran really well.
And that is a breakdown of what is a very good race 7, but you're sticking with Ican again.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to stick with Ican. He did win nicely last time, and I think he can win again. So he's on top. Ivy League was very unlucky at his last start. Didn't get a run through whatsoever. The favourite Super Unicorn, or the likely favourite Super Unicorn, in there for third. I'm going to put Salil Fighter in. There was a lot of money for him last time. He got into that speed battle, but he did stay on quite nicely as well. So 6, 7, 11, 10.
Paul staying with Ican to make it back-to-back Happy Valley victories by taking race number 7. Valley number 8, and this race is a 1200 metre Class 3. Super Joy and Fun's drawn barrier number 12 again. Sugar has a better draw. Happy Fat Cat has the cheek pieces off. Maniac has the blinkers off, but the cheek piece is going on. Beauty Infinity is a horse that has raced well second up in the past. Swift Descend comes up after a win in Class 4, and Bit Superstar, cheek pieces off, pacifiers with cows. Going on with Scotch Tycoon leading Harmony Fire, Paul.
Yeah, look, he likes to lead Scotch Tycoon. He's led in his last 3. Harmony Fire can lead over 1,000, and if he does go on with it, which I think he can, then that'll let Gustosissimo get a chance to go forward. Sergeant Pepper, Sugar should get that nice run. Devano, Magnac will be looking for a bit of cover, and I don't like it for Super Joy and Fun from 12. He looks like he could be wide.
But we have Angus Chung joining Ick now to talk about Gustosissimo.
Angus Chung, you're riding Gustosissimo in race number 8 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Only the second run for Tony Cruz, your master. Tell me about the first run, because that was a really good run in defeat. He's only just missed out.
Yeah, it was a very good run. Trial was very good before that. I expect him can prove a little bit in that race, but it probably just the last 100 meters he got tired and lay in. Didn't finish very strong, but we're very happy with the progress now.
And obviously you have quite a bit to do with these Tony Cruz horses. Have you felt him progress nicely since that run in track work, etc.?
Yeah, 100%. I think when he came to the stable, he sort of is nervous horse, always using too much energy. Even that race, I think he sweat too much. Hopefully, after the run, he calmed down a little bit and not stretch too much before the race and perform a little bit better today.
What about gate 10 as far as this horse is concerned? I mean, you had 7 last time. I guess 10 perhaps not ideal?
Yeah, not ideal, especially a lot of fast horse in inside. Hopefully the pace can go a little bit quicker, and I probably sit 4th, 5th if I can. In the midfield, yeah, it's very difficult today, very 10. Last time probably is barrier 7 is no speed in inside, so last time was easier for this horse. This time a bit tricky.
That is Angus on Gustosissimo, Paul. What about Devano coming to Happy Valley for the first time? He has been a horse that has been favourite in his last 4 starts. He is a 2-time winner, and he's placed the other 3 at Sha-Tin.
Yeah, so he's a very good horse, but the query is here for the first time. Now, Zach's on most of the favourites coming into this meeting, and if they all start winning, this is going to be a very short price going into the last race. Never been here before, so there is that query. Look, I've got him in. I've got one to beat him, but you wouldn't want to take a short price about a horse who's never been here before. But we know he is a good horse.
He certainly is. That's Lady's Choice hanging on tough to win that race. Swift Descend has winning form, albeit Class 4. Pretty wide into this last turn here as we roll the replay. Smart Fighter, who's in the middle of that line of 5, has come out and won on Sunday.
Yeah, so that makes that form look pretty good, and a nice win from this horse. He'd been trialling well leading into it as well. Look, he hasn't won on this grade before, but this is his first start for the new stable, so that was he was on the cusp for me. It was a good run from him though, and a nice win. So you wouldn't be surprised if he went on with it.
Scotch Tycoon is a horse you've had plenty of time for in the past. We've seen Super Joy and Fun on the speed map. He's trapped wide from the draw. He had 12 here. Sergeant Pepper and Happy Fat Cat aren't going all that well, though. Happy Fat Cat raced wide in this race too. So we'll leave them out and talk about Scotch Tycoon. Yeah,
I think he's the best chance of this lot. And look, he's been racing really well recently. The C+3 course, he's going to be in exactly the right position. And look, he stayed on quite nicely here as well for second. So I'm going to put him in on a minor line.
He goes. And you got one to beat Devano, though. Who is it?
Gustosissimo. We heard from Angus there. And look, if he gets across, which I think he can, there are scenarios where he can. He went really well at his last start, and that was his first start at Happy Valley. Devano in there for second. Sugar we haven't talked about. Now, he's drawn nicely in barrier number 3. Should get a perfect run just in behind. He's got a senior rider going on, and then Scotch Tycoon. 4, 3, 2, 10.
That is it. That is the preview for the 8 races at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, the first of which on the C+3 gets underway at 7:10.